What up, everybody? Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Let me get a little drink of water. How's everyone doing? Okay, so yesterday, and Altronomus, good to see you in the chat. Yesterday was the Nintendo Direct, and you would say that that's part 3 of the main 3 platform holders E3. Really, it's Summer Games Fest. But, we had PlayStation, what was on Thursday? No, Friday? Thursday, Friday? I forget. And then we had Xbox on Sunday, and then Tuesday was the Nintendo Direct, and I I'm trying to remember previous ones, but I feel like this Nintendo Direct was amazing. Even games that I don't care about, like for instance the Kingdom Hearts stuff, showing what they did with, I guess, the re-releasing the trilogy on Switch 2, and then also the Kingdom Hearts 4, which I don't know much about this stuff, but I know people like that, so that seems pretty amazing. So we'll get into some of that stuff. Not gonna lie, Nintendo's felt like the weakest of the bunch. So much of it was stuff other platforms already revealed. Maybe, but I think it's because of my love for Xenoblade, and we'll get into that. Like, I'm now totally into that franchise, and the fact that all three like this sequel. Oh man, I remember earlier this year when I was like, I don't want to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 yet because it needs some updates, and I hope they do it. And sure enough, they're doing that. Even the first one got updates, and then the third one. But then they also announced Xenoblade Genesis, and then we'll get to it. But that Muramasa game, that blew me away. I loved that game on Wii, and then I had it on Vita. I'm just shocked that. And recently, I've been playing what was it, Odin Sphere and Dragon's Crown, same developer. I just love that. So there was just a lot of little things, but maybe I'll get into that here. In a second, Jim Kellogg, I actually found Sony to be the weakest. Yeah, I agree. I mean, and I even thought Xbox was actually really good, but more of like the expected. Like Xbox had what you should expect from Xbox to show. And then Sony, it was just, I don't know. Interesting. So anyway, let's actually start though with what I've been playing. So yeah, 007 First Light. I beat the game. I think I already talked about that Monday. And with little time I've had, I've gone back to get achievements. I've got 31 at 37. I think I'm gonna get all achievements in this game. I really like it that much, and so that will take me over 20 hours probably to do. But there's still a lot of stuff you can do in this game. And it is interesting. I always feel this in a game. When I've beaten a game and I'm going back to get collectibles or whatever, since that is your focus, I feel like it unlocks this other layer of the game where you're like gaming the game more so than normal in order to just get what you need. And then you kind of figure out where you can kind of, I don't know, for instance, playing the game this way, it taught me, because I was wanting to alert guards or enemies in a certain way, and it really helped me understand my like cone of visibility, I guess, around enemies, things like that. I think when you're really focused on something else outside the game, sometimes it allows you to unlock more that you can do in a game. It's pretty interesting. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Star Fox 2 demo, guys. I started that. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. It was so funny because I think what was going on? I was watching Nintendo Direct, but it got to a certain point where I had to do work and I wasn't really watching, and I would sneak and peek, and I didn't know about the Star Fox 2 demo until I happened to be on Twitter later in the day, which I shouldn't be. But when I'm really busy with work, I tend to check Twitter more often because it's like, okay, 5 minutes before next meeting. Oh, what's going on the news, on the phone? Oh, it's like, and then I saw someone say, hey, Star Fox demo is available. And I was like, what? Let's see. And then yesterday I was playing the Gundam Battle Assault on the Gundam Explained show, which that's a fun game. And then I was trying to start both Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack and Gundam the Battle Master on PlayStation. These are Japanese only titles, and apparently I must have done something wrong. It's just saying I don't have the firmware, but I do. It could be the emulator because I'm using it through Emulation Station and RetroArch and blah, blah, blah. I'll get that figured out for next time. And then, I played some more Resident Evil Requiem. I'm an hour and 36 minutes in, and I gotta say, mechanically, gameplay wise, whatever you want to say so far, it is very boring. I would even say Resident Evil 6 is better so far, this beginning part. It reminds me of Resident Evil 6, just less action. It's very linear. The beginning of this game is super, like, even when you get to the part where there's things where it's more of like, okay, you can fail here if you don't do this. It's like there's really only a specific thing the game is trying to get you to do, to the point to where it will funnel you in. Because I'll be exploring and then there's, oh, you can't go here, this guy will kill you. Oh, you can't go here, this guy will kill you. Oh, I can only go here, okay. And I don't know, but here's the thing, and I think it's why Resident Evil Requiem is getting a lot of high praise. The production value on this is greater than any other game I've ever played. I think. You guys saw me the other day, I think it was Monday, playing the beginning of the game, and it looks great. But the more, it's almost like super, super polished. And that's what it is. Resident Evil, horror games, horror movies, it lives in this area where that genre is just really popular in general. And I think it looks like Capcom can focus less on mechanics and more on production value. And it just has this perceivability. It's perceived to just be this super high quality game, and it is. But mechanically, it doesn't feel like the feeling of playing a Resident Evil 4 or even 7. I thought 7 was really fun. 8, so that's what's interesting, because even 8 doesn't do this thing I'm complaining about that Requiem does. 8 is, in my opinion, pretty open right away. In a way. It's still kind of linear in a way, but you can still explore and get lost. But I found that boring. So it's almost like I'm complaining on both. But no, it's just like, it's very, I guess the other part of this is very interesting how Capcom is always trying something different with each Resident Evil. I'm just surprised people like this one as much as they do. Again, highest production value I think I've seen in a video game. But it's kind of all it's got. So we'll see. I'm going to play it more again. I'm only an hour and 36 minutes in, although I heard it's a short game. So we'll see. You know what's interesting, though? They do have this new Leon Kennedy mode that might be just more mechanics-based, action-based. So that might be something I need to try out. So, yeah, we'll see. You could still be too early. It sounds like an extended tutorial. It could be. It could be that it was that. So we'll see. Although I'm at the part where I am using the typewriters to save. So, but okay. Anything else from that? No, I think that's about it. So, let's move on to some of the announcements from the Nintendo Direct, because again, it blew my mind. Xenoblade Chronicles series, Nintendo Switch 2 editions announced. So I already beat Xenoblade Chronicles on the Switch. But here's the thing. I could see myself playing that again. And there's so much to go back and do. And I occasionally do. Like I did with Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I still want to go through and do a bunch of different stuff. And then I had started 2, but 2 is rough. Like 2 is rougher than Xenoblade Chronicles 1 Definitive Edition. Yeah, the second one was just rough, and so apparently there's a lot going on. Even the way, let's see, does it say? Let's see. Yeah, so introducing the Etherjet, a vehicle that will greatly enhance the speed at which you can traverse Bionis and Mechonis. So that's very interesting, where you can also race. So that's a big thing to add in this game. A game that originally came out on Wii, had a 3DS version, then had a definitive edition on Switch, and a Switch 2 edition with now vehicles, which is cool because that adds another element to the game. Like that gives me more of a reason to go back. And I'm actually glad I was able to play it where I didn't have the vehicles and I just had to explore normal. But a vehicle just adds to it. Unlock additional equipment, fully voiced heart to heart conversation. That's pretty cool. I hadn't done all of those, so there's still more to do. But I don't really care about that stuff too much. So this looks different to me right away. When they were showing the screenshot, unless this is from later in the game and I just didn't see it, but in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, looking at the way the battle thing looks, again, I could be looking at something. So let's see. Does this explain? Not only is there an additional blade out there for you to find along with the quest to complete, but you can directly command your blades in a new action battle mode. And maybe that's what I'm thinking about. I'm really curious to see how that is. Here's the thing. A lot of my issues with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was more of the menu and UI system. Like, to access things, to do, like, you got to, like, go into all these menus and they got to load. And I was like, oh my God, this is annoying. But I'd love to jump back in. This doesn't come out until, I want to say it was like July 30th or something. Let's see. Yeah. Or wait. Oh, yeah. That Xenoblade Chronicles one, the second one, yeah, July 30th, digital. So I'll be able to get the upgrade for 2, and then I'm going to, so that's my plan. July 30th, I'm going to start 2 back up. I'm still in the early area. I was grinding a little bit just because I was trying to figure out the game. Oh my God. But that's exciting. And then the third one I haven't played the third one. So, and it's like October, I think. I gotta scroll back up here. Oh, wait a minute. No, December 3rd. I got plenty of time. October, November, December. Yeah. Or July, August, September. Yeah, plenty of time to play because these games can take a while. Anyway, for me, and it could just be, a personal thing. Like, I just got into the series and seeing that they're doing these updates are awesome. Yeah, we were just looking at that. And then they announced Xenoblade Genesis. So not only is there the Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3 we were just talking about, there's also Xenoblade Chronicles X, which earlier this year got the 4K 60 patch. So that looks amazing. But now we're getting the Xenoblade Genesis, which looks awesome. And it seems like it's taking more of a fantasy approach rather than like the sci-fi stuff it's been doing. And again, the big open world, like this is, so it was like perfect timing for me to get into this series because now I'm there. For me, like the Switch 2 has just become such an amazing console. And let's go to this other thing here too. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake announced for Switch 2, which is great. I mean, we already have the original if you ever want to play it. The 3DS version if you ever want to play it. Now there's like this Switch 2 version that the graphics look crazy. I can't wait to see what they do with this. That's just another amazing thing. Okay, let me show you the other one. So, okay, originally Muramasa, the Demon Blade. 2009 actual role-playing game. I remember this came out. Yeah, Vanillaware, Wii, awesome game. They also did Odin Sphere, which I think was, before, because they said they started this in development. Odin Sphere was on PS2, and I think it was on like Vita also, maybe. And then on PS4. And so I played through and beat it on PS4. Actually, what is my time in that Odin Sphere? 7 hours and 30 minutes. And there's multiple characters. Is it where the PS4, PS3, and Vita are all like the same version? I don't know. That's pretty neat though. It makes me just want to get a Vita just to have it. Anyway, I love these games. What about Dragon's Crown? Dragon's Crown, 22 minutes. Well, that doesn't make much sense unless it's because Maybe it wasn't tracking from before. Although I was playing it recently. That 22 minutes is from recent, so I think it's from before. That's another great Vanillaware game. So anyway, they announced this new one, and I wasn't too sure if it's supposed to be. So there's Rebirth, is a port of Miramasa for the Vita. Let's see. And then do they talk about the new one? Anyway, because I'm curious with this new one, like, what is it, a brand new game or is it just another version? Let's see. Revenant Blades, blah blah blah. I hope it's a new one, to be honest. Let's see. Re-emergence. So, oh man, I love the artwork. So it might not be a new one, which is fine, but it looks like maybe they got new characters, new moves, whatever. Okay, a brand new localization, including English voiceovers. Okay, so it sounds like it's the old one with new English voiceovers. That's pretty cool. All 6 stories are available from the start. That's kind of a common thing with these Vanillaware games, where it's like these characters have their own, pretty much their own campaign you could play through. That kind of adds to the game time, really. Content has been meticulously upgraded to gorgeous 4K. Reforged refined. Variable gameplay styles and new modes give you more ways to play this classic adventure and to appreciate the game's magnificent art and animations from a fresh perspective. And that's great. I got to say, between Xenoblade and Muramasa, these are the unexpected, exciting games that are coming out. That, you know, when you see those fake leaks people put out about what's going to be announced, it's always like the obvious thing. Muramasa Revenant Blades is not an obvious thing, and it's just so awesome that this is coming out. Even with special, I even had the special edition on the Wii. It was like in a cardboard thing, and it had like all this stuff. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, here's something that I didn't hear until this morning when I was researching, but I guess Dragon's Dogma, unless I'm forgetting something, Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen. So there's going to be this expansion for Dragon's Dogma 2. Love Dragon's Dogma 2. I'm in like one of the I did multiple endings, and now I'm in the post-game ending where it's like you're in a different world. And it's a time limit, and that I was getting my butt kicked. That was a lot of fun because like all the ocean is gone, and instead there's like demons and skeletons and stuff that are down in the not lake bed, but the ocean bed floor. Anyway, the only thing sometimes I don't like about expansions, I remember with Elden Ring, you had to be at a certain point to get to the DLC. And I remember when I went to play, and I think I was in my second playthrough or something. I was already past that part, and I'm working my way back, and I'm like, this is actually boring. So it's kind of weird. It's like sometimes I feel like I get enough out of a game where I don't even want to play the expansion. I hope that doesn't happen here. Okay. So, let's see what's going on. It could actually just be actual. Yeah, and I wonder if Genesis, especially with its name, kind of explains then how all the stories tie together, which could be interesting. All right. We're going to do something here real quick. I want to show you guys the Star Fox demo. Let me do that, and okay, and then game. All right, like I said, I played. Oh, here we go. I played a little. Is this right? Yeah, that should be right. Okay. I feel like this moved, or I don't want to get into it, but it looks weird. It looks like it changed. Anyway. Anyway, I played one of the levels, and I don't know if this prologue is actually just something to watch, or it's actually something to play. Yeah, that's it. So it's really just the media level. Let's go back into it. Just to show you guys. I mean, I kind of hate demos because it's like, no, I just want the full thing. I know this is going to be good, and this comes out in just a couple weeks. And this, oh man, this nails it. Like I said, I already played this, so I'm going to see if I can do the secrets. Because the music's there, everything is there. There's some areas where it's like the same dialogue from the N64 version, but like added stuff.
Scientists say these asteroids used to be a planet. I wonder what happened to it.
The whole system might look like this if the war keeps up. Don't let those rocks ding up the arc.
Keep that up and see
Oops.
what happens.
I was shooting Falco, but I think he deserved it. Oops, I just ran into that. Anyway.
My whiskers are twitching. Something's wrong.
It's very interesting. The controls feel different than they did when I was playing docked in the living room. I'm actually in my office, obviously. I wonder if there's just a millisecond of latency I'm feeling because I am using a third-party dock. Dang. So there's a secret I'm going to try to do. I messed it up when I was playing this for the first time.
Some sizable asteroids coming this way.
Well. And I'm telling you, if you got, if you guys have played the N64 version, you're going to recognize, like, it's great. Okay.
Hit the brake. Booster, you'll be crushed.
Break,
Nice.
boost, make up your mind.
Incoming hail from the Great Fox.
Location
Oh.
confirmed. Sending
Can I-
supplies.
A little past it.
Fox, watch your back.
Oh, missed it. I need to get a thumb grip for this left because my thumb is like slipping. I didn't realize this. Maybe it's how I'm playing because I'm on like a desk instead of my couch. So I had like my
Take 'em out with one shot.
the position of my thumb. I'm getting into like the technical details of how to hold a controller. Oh, I should have got that.
Enemies approaching from behind.
First, oh well. All right.
Oh, wow! Persistent laser tech! Another tunnel? Who could have done this?
Good shot, Falco.
Yeah.
Now we're even.
It's not a competition, Falco.
Maybe not to you.
Nice. Okay. I have to get all the, oh, not
You're
yet, I
making
guess.
a big mistake, fellas! What'd I tell ya?
Yep.
We're approaching the source of that strange energy.
Okay, this is what I have to focus on. And I've done, this is in, all the versions.
Your R-Wing's absorbing the energy. The energy
See,
is
like, I
dispersing.
barely miss it. It's different than in the older one. I think they make it a little smaller.
Something's unusual
Just
about
because I
these
was just
rocks.
playing it the other day. Not the other day, a couple weeks ago. That's not cool. And so you can play on easy and normal, and I do think this normal mode is a little more difficult than what was in Star Fox 64.
Enemy shield
Maybe.
analyzed.
Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know.
Let's see what you're made of.
That blast shield is absorbing your laser fire.
I hate it when I'm,
Give them more firepower.
especially on this boss, when I miss.
You're more cunning than I thought. I've underestimated you. Let's see you outmaneuver this.
God, it's so hard to get right in on it. But I love the controls. I mean, I should just throw a bomb.
I'm no match for you, Star Fox. I admit defeat.
Not.
It's a trick. Don't let your guard down. You're not as stupid as you look.
Man, am I not hitting it? I also don't have the upgraded lasers, but I am doing a bad job. There we go.
I can't believe I lost to this scum! Sorry to jet, but we've got places to be.
Yeah, they've nailed it all. It's so fun playing this. I cannot wait.
Nice job, team.
I mean, it will be crazy, but I feel like the full version is going to be top 5 game of the year for me.
Seems no corner of the system is safe from Andross.
You worry about your own hide.
Yeah, the first playthrough. Yeah, because that first level, which that's probably why they have this as the level you play, because, yeah, the first level has the secret way, which in the videos they've shown for this Star Fox, it has all the same secrets. And then look at all this; they have these cutscenes.
Made it through the asteroid field just in time. Andross's army has targeted 2 of our forward military outposts. The defense force is responding, but we're overextended. The only outpost within reach of your current location is our base on Pachina. I'd
Cool.
like you to deploy to the ice planet.
I can't wait. I just wish the full game was out. Although this is, giving me time to play, to get the rest of the achievements in James Bond, because that's what I'm having fun doing right now. Okay. Let's head back to this. So, anyway, good timing. That's about it. So, yeah. After this weekend of game announcements, I would say for me, Nintendo was the most exciting, and I'm actually surprised. Usually Nintendo for me is just chill. It's like, here's 1 or 2 games that are just, yeah, it's a Mario, it's a Zelda, Kirby, whatever, but yeah, just a lot of cool stuff coming from Nintendo. And one thing I will say is, this is an example why I am disappointed when leakers like Nate the Hate want to just leak whatever possible. I wish I was surprised by that Ocarina of Time reveal. I didn't get anything out of knowing ahead of time. In fact, that was Nintendo's plan. Their plan is to have this like fun reveal. So, and it's interesting seeing people on Twitter kind of go after Nate the Hate about it. And on one hand, it's like, hey, let's not be mean or negative. But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, I mean, there's some restraint we need to show sometimes. There's some things that are based in morals, and you don't have to follow them if you don't want to. That's fine. But there is something to do with restraint and patience that I think pays off better in the end. Anyway, guys, I'm going to head out. That was a lot of fun. I'll be back tonight on Midnight Hatter Live Show. And then tomorrow again with some Gundam Explained. So, guys, I will see you all later. Take care.